I built a 7-figure digital business in 3 years, and this is how I did it. Selling digital products is not as hard as some of the coaches and gurus make you think it is. It's actually not that difficult. But the thing that trips a lot of people up, and it probably trips you up, is the consistency. Sticking with it long enough to start to see the result. I know what it feels like to start something and then just quit. I've done it so many times. I've failed. I've started something, stopped. I've seen no results and got fed up and just moved on to something else. I've had shiny object syndrome. I've done all of that. And so I know what it feels like if you're watching this and you've been trying to build a digital product business and you've seen a lot of people saying, oh, I've made $300,000, I've made $50,000, I've made $20,000. Some people are embellishing the truth and some people genuinely have made that kind of money. I know this because it is very, very possible to make that kind of money because I have built several digital product businesses over the years. And over the past 3 years, I've built a 7-figure digital product business. So I know what it takes to actually make this kind of money and build a successful digital product business. But you have to stick to the systems. I'm going to tell you exactly what I did. And I'm really going to focus more on the mindset that I had over this period of time. So firstly, I work best under pressure. So it's important for you to find your flow. And what I mean by I work best under pressure is I can't just set myself a goal and just kind of, plod along through it. I have to set myself a very strict challenge. So I have to say to myself, 30 days, 10 days, 60 days, 90 days. I can't just say, right, I need to make $100,000 and I just don't give myself a time constraint for it. I have to give myself a time constraint for it. And I have to develop my mindset to believe that I already have that thing. And so this is the thing. To develop your mindset to believe that you already have that thing, you have to align with the frequency of that thing in the first place. And when you hear this, a lot of the time you think, oh, this woo-woo magic stuff, it never works. But I tell you what, you have to become the person who would be making that kind of money or is making that kind of money. You can't be your old self. I made a previous video about how you have to literally kill your old self and be reborn in order to make that kind of money. If you've never made $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month, you can't make that kind of money if you don't align with the frequency of that specific thing, that $10,000 a month, that $20,000 a month, that $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a month. And in order to align with the frequency of that, what do? You have to become that person. And if you don't know what that person is and how that person would behave, just look at people that do have that kind of money. All you need to do is go on YouTube and actually search for well-known business owners that and look at the kind of behavior that they exhibit. And you can even go into ChatGPT and you can even ask a question: how would someone who makes $100,000 a month behave on a daily basis? And if that person doesn't quit every single time something goes wrong or something feels difficult, that person doesn't look at price tags every 5 minutes and say, oh, I can't afford this and I can't afford that. It's not even so much about what you can afford. It's also about the language you use when you maybe you don't actually have the money. So for example, you go into a store, you see something, you want to buy it, you don't have the money. Instead of saying, oh, I'm too broke to buy that or I can't afford it, what you're going to say is, oh, I'll just buy it next time. I'll buy that next time. Or I'm in a rush now, I'll buy it next time. Or I'll buy it next time, I'll buy it tomorrow, I'll buy it next month. And if you've given yourself a 30-day window to make a certain amount of money or to do a certain amount of things in order to achieve that kind of goal that you set for yourself, what you're going to say to yourself is that I'm going to buy this on October the 15th. And that October the 15th could be 30 days from the day that you set yourself a goal. So what I did was I sat down and I asked myself certain questions. Would someone who is making this amount of money, $100,000 a month, are they going to do this? Are they going to spend majority of their time scrolling on Netflix? No. Are they going to spend majority of their time consuming content and not creating? Are they going to spend the majority of their time procrastinating and giving excuses for every time they don't achieve something? No, they're not going to do that. They're going to follow through and they're going to keep the promises that they've made to themselves. So how I made the money? I kept the promises that I made to myself. One, and that was the promises that align with the type of person that makes this kind of money. Secondly, I gave myself a time constraint and I worked under pressure. That's what worked for me. It might not work for you, okay? Another thing is I implemented systems. I set systems in place. And so I said to myself, every day I have to do these things. And it's not an option. It's not, oh, I can do it another time. No, I have to stick to these things and I have to do them. And I have to gamify. For me, I had to gamify it. I had to say, okay, right, what is going to make me feel motivated to do this work? And what I did was I gamified it. So I said, right, I like fine dining. I like certain types of food. So I rewarded myself. Reward might not work for some people, but it works for me. And so you have to find what works for you. Find how you can reward yourself for achieving certain things. And that's what's going to help you to stick with it. Another thing I did was I built an accountability circle. This is really, really crucial, especially if you're struggling with consistency. You must have some kind of accountability, whether it's self-accountability or whether it's accountability with other people, group accountability, collaborative accountability. So you can create some kind of accountability circle or get an accountability partner. And finally, I actually worked with a coach. And a lot of people hear this and they're like, I can't afford it. I don't want to work with a coach. I don't need a coach. I can do everything myself. Well, yeah, but I tell you what working with a coach does. Working with a coach, it collapses time. Because if you're someone who has really struggled and you continue to struggle, there's obviously a lot of problems that you haven't been able to solve. Therefore, you want to find someone who's made the money and already done it. And that person can help you to eliminate the mistakes that you might make, because you've never done it before. That person knows that these are all mistakes that most people make when it comes to this. So this is what you do. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. Do this, do this, do this. And they break down a list of things that you need to do and you just shut up and get on with it. Simple as that. So coaches are really, really important. Mentors are really, really important. Look at top, celebrities and business owners and stuff like that. They still have coaches. They still have mentors. Why? Because having a mentor collapses time. So investing the money in a mentor is going to help you to collapse time. So it's really important. Okay. So that's how I made the money. It wasn't just about taking action all the time. It was also about aligning myself with the frequency of that thing and that money that I was going to make. Another thing, finally, was I was really conscious of my day-to-day time. And so I didn't waste time during the day. I set myself very strict routine and stuck to it. And if I had a challenge that I had set for myself and I didn't stick to the routine for that day, I'll start from the beginning. And it got to a point where I didn't want to start from the beginning. I just wanted to keep going. Because if you know you have to go back to day one, you're going to keep going because you don't want to start again. You don't want to have to keep starting again. You want to get to the finish line. Okay? So that's one thing you can do. You can set yourself some kind of system whereby you say, right, I'm going to set this challenge, and if I don't achieve something in a specific day, I have to go back to day one. So what you do is you create a calendar and you cross off the days, or you get a calendar and you cross off the days, and every time you fail for that specific day, you have to go back. 30 days, you get 15 days in and you don't manage to do it, unless it was some kind of serious emergency, you couldn't do it. But if it wasn't a serious emergency and you couldn't do it and you just didn't do it because you were lazy, you have to go back to day one. Who wants to go back to day one? Because I sure don't want to go back to day one. So that's another thing that I did that helped me, to make the money. And this is what I continue to do. I rinse and repeat. Every single time I'm building a new income stream, which is building a new digital product business, building a new blog, building another business, I do exactly the same thing. I repeat the same systems and it works every single time.